The story of The Three Birds, A Tale of Freedom. In a vast and untouched jungle, where golden light filtered through ancient trees, three baby birds lived atop tall trees. The peacock dreamed of dancing in the rain. The parrot wanted to one day learn the language of thunder. The crane watched, listened, and said little. They were not born together, but they grew as one, sharing fruits, stories, and stars above. Life in the jungle was wild, joyful, and free. One morning, the peace was broken. Three hunters, weary and silent, entered the jungle. Hours passed, but no prey was found. Just when they gave up, they spotted the three birds. Without mercy, the hunters climbed the trees. The birds screamed, flapped their wings, but it was too late. Each was taken away, their cries echoing through the jungle. The peacock was brought to a city of silk and gold. Dressed in jewels, it was taught to bow, to sway, to perform. Strangers clapped. But the peacock missed the rustling leaves. The parrot was caged in a crowded market. Day after day, it was taught to mimic humans. It learned fast. But at night, it whispered to itself, "Will I ever hear real birds again?" The crane? It was taken to a lonely home. The man who owned it was cruel. He wanted the crane to dance or speak. But the crane only said, "Quack, quack." The man laughed. A fool of a bird. But the crane was not a fool. It had a plan. In a distant palace, the king announced a contest. "Bring me the most amazing birds in the land." The three hunters, eager for reward, brought their prized birds. The peacock, dressed in silk. The parrot, perched with pride. The crane, silent as ever. They were brought before the king, who sat on a throne of gold. The peacock danced with dazzling feathers. The parrot recited royal poetry. Laughter and applause echoed through the hall. Then came the crane. It stood still and said, "Quack, quack." The hall went quiet. The king scowled. "This one is useless. Release it." The crane was led away. But just as the gates opened, it leapt into the sky, flapping powerfully, rising to the palace roof. Perched high above the palace, the crane looked down and said, "Your Majesty, you admire those who please you. But what of those who choose silence over flattery? Who keep their freedom over fame? The ones you praise are caged. Their beauty belongs to you. But I belong to the wind." The peacock and parrot watched in sorrow. They longed to follow the crane, but golden bars held them back. The king sat back. His smile faded. He looked at the peacock, lovely but dull-eyed. The parrot, clever but hollow. What good is admiration, he thought, if it comes with chains? Even gold cannot replace the sky, he whispered. Then he rose. Release them all. Let beauty and brilliance be free. The cages opened. The parrot hesitated, then flew. The peacock stepped out slowly, then spread its wings. They soared into the sky, following the crane, who had waited above the clouds. As they flew over forests, rivers, and valleys, joy returned to their eyes. The wind welcomed them home. Back in the jungle, the peacock danced not for applause, but for the wind. The parrot spoke not for praise, but to teach younger birds. The crane? It said only, "Quack, quack." But now, the others heard wisdom in its voice. They lived not in cages of admiration, but in freedom. And every evening, they perched together once again, not as pets, but as friends. Beauty without freedom is sorrow dressed in gold. Talent without choice is just another kind of prison. The world may reward those who please, but only the wise protect their wings. The crane was never the fool. It was the only one who remembered that joy is found in flying, not performing. And so remember, young or old, freedom is not earned by talent, but by the courage to walk away from the cage.